Hernan Cortes died an old man fallen out of his glory days, but still seeking out recognitions for things he had done years ago. But he may have deserved this recognition. When he was just 19, he had first set sail for the New World. But this is not where his journey begins. No, his journey begins in Medellin, Spain, where he was born to Martin Cortes and a lower noble family. When he was a child, his parents wanted him to become a lawyer, and once he turned 14, they sent him to the University of Salamanca. This is where I first met Hernan. We were classmates, and over the years we became very close friends. When Hernan started failing classes, and left the university, I went with him. A couple of years later, we found ourselves on a ship to the New World. We were in Cuba, where Hernan became secretary to one of our captains on the voyage. We spent years on voyages in the New World, until finally Hernan became the leader of his own voyage. We found ourselves as the captain and second man in charge on our own voyage. We were given more than 500 men and 11 ships. While we were about to set off for a journey to Mexico, it was canceled by our governor Velasquez. Yet Hernan was so set on making the journey, we decided to ignore his orders and set off. When we arrived in Mexico in 1519, Hernan immediately tried to convert some of the savages to Christianity. Those who did not repent and rejected our faith were killed, leaving the rest no choice but to turn to Christianity. After a while, some of the men on our journey conspired to return to Cuba and Velasquez. After hearing this, Hernan burned our ships, leaving us no choice but to continue on and take over the lands we come across, hoping to be able to win and take the ships of our conquered peoples. We made our way to Tenochtitlan, aligning ourselves with some of the rival tribes and killing the others. When we entered Tenochtitlan, we took the Aztec leader, Montezuma, hostage. We were up against the wall against the Aztec warriors, being outnumbered by them greatly. Yet sickness fell upon the city, killing millions of their people. We were able to fend off and take over the people of Tenochtitlan in the aftermath of all this death. Once we returned, Hernan was appointed governor of Mexico. He continued to go on expeditions across Central America. I returned to Spain in 1527, but Hernan stayed as he was in power there. As time wore on, we grew apart. Hernan did eventually come back to Spain, but when he did, he lost his power in Mexico. Hernan met with King Charles V to try to regain his governorship, but he could not. He was appointed back to Captain General. When Hernan returned to New Spain, he came across many accusations against him, including that he killed his own wife. He was able to restore order and settled back down in Cuernavaca. When Cortes returned to Spain in 1540, he was delusional and desperate for his recognition. One last time he tried to return to Mexico in 1547, but he died in Seville, Spain, before he could make the trip. When Hernan Cortes died, he died the way I knew him, a great adventurer and a noble man.